Hey people, it is Thursday, May 11th. The time is 4:10 in the afternoon. It's currently a very warm 21 degrees Celsius outside. And I'm currently on the subway on line 1, just about to come into Yorkdale Station. I get on the train downtown at Queen's Park Station, but I'm going to be riding it one stop past Yorkdale to Wilson Station, and then I'll be getting off there and heading onto Wilson Avenue, and I'll be walking through Little Manila, heading eastbound along Wilson Avenue over to Bathurst Street. This is the Allen Expressway. The train is currently running along the median of the expressway. It's a pretty full train right now. Almost every seat is occupied and lots of people are standing. And the train is moving very slowly now for some reason. Alright, picking up speed.
Arriving at Yorkdale Station. Doors will open on the left.
So Yorkdale is of course a very large shopping mall, very upscale mall. I've done several videos walking around through the mall.
Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is Wilson Station.
And you can make out the downtown skyline way off in the distance, as well as the young Eglinton skyline. And we're heading over Highway 401.
Arriving at Wilson Station. Doors will open on the left.
Excuse me. in North York, one of the former boroughs. Let's head out to Wilson Avenue. Actually, I can go right out here. It's been a while since I've been up in this part of the city. About 2 years, I would say. So now I'm not even sure which way is which. Let me just head this way a bit. I think Highway 401 is down that way, so that would mean that I am currently walking east, which is what I want to be doing. You can see a train coming in, well, barely. As you can see, it's a bit of a different environment up here than it is in the more central city areas that I more typically do my walks in. But lots of densification is taking place all along these more far-flung streets and avenues out in the former boroughs. You can see more is planned for this location here, a series of buildings. Now, Little Manila has largely sprung up in the last 10-15 years in a series of old shopping plazas along Wilson Avenue, and also along a portion of Bathurst Street. So it's not the most urban-looking neighborhood among Toronto's ethnic neighborhoods, such as Greektown or Little Italy or Little India, Chinatown, Koreatown. There are so many. But it is pretty distinct and interesting in its own right. We'll see if it's changed much since I was last here 2 years ago. And last time I did walk through the area was in the middle of a lockdown, and it was in January of 2021, so things were a lot quieter. There weren't very many people on the street. Not that this part of the city typically has many people on the street to begin with, but there were even less than there would have normally been. The Bathurst Street corridor up ahead is also known for being a heavily Jewish area, so Little Manila sort of blends in with the Jewish community just around the Wilson and Bathurst area. A lot of Filipinos settled just around this part of North York. And wow, it is just traffic galore here. Doesn't look like there was a sidewalk up ahead. This is just a temporary situation while they complete this project here. Alright, we're starting to see some signs of commercial activity. So I think this area was largely developed in the post-war era. Really started building up, I think, in the late 1940s and early 1950s. So some parts of this part of the city have a bit of a urban-suburban hybrid appearance. You'll see some street-fronting retail strips, as well as more shopping plaza-like design, often side by side. To Humber College, Wilson Express. Some low-rise apartment buildings. This part of North York actually has quite a lot of this sort of development. It's not all pure detached housing on cul-de-sacs and that sort of thing. Some fairly medium densities can be found all throughout the borough, and many high density nodes with towering high-rise apartment buildings as well. the rents are like in these older low-rise apartments. Far enough from downtown that they're bound to be a bit cheaper. I might have to take a peek later. I think up in these areas, many cyclists are not cut out to ride on the streets with the insane traffic. Or they're not willing to, I guess. Although I still wouldn't ride on the sidewalk if I were riding a bike in any part of the city. I would stick to the street. But that's just me. Alright, so now we're coming into the more commercial part of the area here. As I mentioned, lots of these older style shopping plazas where they have the appearance of a traditional commercial storefront with several stories of residential above the retail, but they're set back from the street with these parking lots in front. I think that was how they started doing things in the 1950s. They were literally just pushed right up to the sidewalk with the parking in behind. This would look like a pretty typical retail street, like you see closer to the core of the city. Of course, the buildings are a bit blander, obviously. But this is the beginnings of Little Manila. It doesn't immediately jump out you as being a Filipino retail area. There's also a mix of some Jewish businesses in the area as well, as I mentioned. And pizza. Ubiquitous no matter what part of the city you're in. There's the first obviously Filipino business there. Marcelina's Filipino Cuisine. See if I can get across here without getting mowed down by a car. As you can see, pedestrian traffic is definitely very low in these parts. We're getting more signs of Filipino businesses. And now we're getting a proper retail strip here, built right up to the sidewalk. The entire strip should be like this. Lots of beauty salons and nail places. Some cooking Taste of Manila. August 19th and 20th. So that's their big food festival in the neighborhood where they close down the streets. Very similar to Taste of the Danforth in Greektown. Taste of Little Italy on College Street. There's a Filipino grocery store. Well, it hasn't changed much from my last visit, but there's definitely a lot more people around now. So I'm just turning north onto Bathurst Street. The Bathurst bus heading to Bathurst subway station. And more of these parking lots in front of the businesses. Well, not Filipino. Former Aroma Espresso Bar. You can see some of the Jewish businesses mixed in here. I think Panzer's Deli is a bit north on Bathurst, if it's still open. I'm not sure if that closed down, but it's probably one of the most famous Jewish delicatessens in the city. Another one is Griff's, which is further south on Bathurst, in the heart of the Orthodox Jewish community. And from this point north, things tend to peter out a bit. Becomes increasingly residential in nature. I'll just take us up to that next major intersection. I'd say that's about as far north as you can go and still say you're in Little Manila. Oh, there's Panthers right there. And it's open. I remember watching a documentary about Rush, the legendary Canadian progressive rock band, which hailed from Toronto, and Geddy Lee, who is Jewish, was inside Panthers in one of the scenes. It's one of his favorite places to go. I think I see one last little section of businesses just up ahead. And we'll start to wrap things up. And that about does it for a Little Manila here in the North York section of Toronto. I hope you enjoyed the walk. Leave a comment down below if you did or if you didn't. A comment is good either way. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.